Hello, welcome back to Every Problem. This is Stewart Calculus 8th edition, section 1.4, problem number 21. 21 is actually, I think it's a really fun problem. It was kind of interesting when I first came across it because I thought, really, how could you possibly get some f of x equals c, some constant c, times b to the t. How could I possibly find values c and b with only 2 points of an exponential curve? It's pretty interesting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up a couple of equations. So first, we have input 1, output 6. So we're going to have 6 equals c b to the 1, okay? Our second equation, we're going to have input 3, output 24. So we're going to have 24 equals CB to the 3. Okay, excellent. So let's work with this one first. What we're going to do is we'll simplify it a little bit. So 6 equals C times, well, B to the first is just b, so that's nice and straightforward. And you could do this in either order, but for me, I just want to solve for b first. So we divide everything by c, and we get b equals 6 over c. Excellent. Okay. Next problem. We have 24 equals cb cubed. Well, b is equal to 6 over c, so that's nice. We have 24 equals c times 6 over c cubed, and that's going to be 24, here, let's straighten this out a little bit, there we go. 24 equals c times, well, 6 cubed is going to be 216 over c cubed. Excellent. Now we have c's can cancel a little bit, so we have 216 over c squared. So 24 equals 216 over c squared. Okay, great. Then we, I can teach you a neat little dividing trick really quick. So we'll multiply c squared over. C squared times 24 equals 216. C squared equals 216 divided by 24. So, okay, if you have a calculator nearby, go for it. But one of the ways that I sometimes think about this is like, okay, what does that equal, right? 216 divided by 24. Well, if we were to multiply 24 by 10, we would get 240. And 240 is only 24 away from 216. So we would just have to multiply 24 by 9 in order to get that. So 216 divided by 24 just equals 9. So c squared equals 9. Okay. And the next thing, normally I would stress quite a bit, plus or minus when you're solving for c, right? Because you could square root both sides. Say c equals 3. Of course, you would want to check plus or minus, but the general trend of the graph is shown here. So we know it's going to be the positive version of 3. So now let's go ahead and plug this 3 into equation 1. So we have equation 1, 6 equals cb to the 1. 6 equals 3 times b. There we go. So now we'll divide by 3. 6 divided by 3 equals b, and b equals 2. So we have c equals 3, b equals 2. And now we can plug that in. So f of x equals 3 times 2 to the t. Now, please, this is very, very important. This is absolutely not equal to 6 to the t. These are totally different things. Suppose I plugged in 3 for t, right? I would get 3 times 2 to the 3, which equals 3 times 8, which equals 24. Now suppose I plugged in 3 here. Well, that would get 6 cubed, which equals 216. So you can see those are not equivalent. So remember, it's the coefficient times your exponential. So again, your final answer is f of x equals 3 times 2 to the t. And that's it for 21.